Today, I want to use a negative, a viewmaster reel, and the background from my Safari Jungle kit, and create something fun for Ephemera. So come and check out what we're going to do. So I want to create something ephemera-ish with the items that I have here in front of me. And I think it'll be a really fun, quick project. And I'm actually challenging myself to do this fairly quickly. So I'm setting my timer so that I am not spending hours and hours and hours on this. I am actually going to get this done. So I'm setting a timer for 30 minutes. The first thing I want to do is I want to make this more see-through. And I've seen a technique that was actually an accident from someone else. And I want to see if I can create that. So let's do that. So what I'm using is I'm using my Distress Glaze. I usually use the micro glaze over top of watercolors, but I'm thinking it will also work over top of printed digitals. So what I'm going to do is I've put some micro glaze on my sponge, and I'm just going to rub this over top, and I want to make it see-through. And I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. So it'll be easier on the bigger piece. So I'm just in circular motions, going around and around and around until the whole piece is covered. And it's kind of like the microglaze is a little bit of an oily subject. So when you're doing that, it should become semi-transparent. At least I am hoping it's going to get semi-transparent. That is the goal. If it doesn't work, well, then I'll do something different. I'm just making sure that everything is very well coated. There we go. And this one is, let's go over it a couple more times just to blend it out. There we go. I'm going to use clear embossing powder all over this. There, and then I'm just going to pick it up and kind of move it back into the box. Making sure that the whole thing is covered. There, I'll put these both aside. Take the paper, take this. Put all the embossing powder back in the bin, and then I'm just going to heat emboss these two pieces. Okay, so it didn't completely do what I wanted it to do. It did go semi-transparent, but look at how these colors suddenly popped on this. I absolutely love it. So no matter what I had as my first intention, I really like what just happened here. And I'm going to take the negative. I guess I'll use washi because I can't find my masking tape. And if I lay this down straight, I'm even in a better shape. Okay. I have my knife and I have a ruler. What I want to do, I'm going to go in between first. And just cut out the centers. Just little by little, cutting them out. And I think as I'm sitting here thinking, I want to turn this into a belly band. So I will grab a something that I can turn into a belly band. So probably like a lunch bag. Or probably like a snack bag. And I'm laying the ruler this way, and I'm just going in between. Oops. Trying to be cautious. Oops. It's not that easy to do. Okay. I just want to make sure that this works. Yep. Okay. Good. So now I'm just going to turn it over because it's easier to see. And I'm going to do the exact same thing along the other side. I should be able to pop these all right out. And some will be, I will have gone too far. It's okay. As long as it's for the most part held together, it's all good. There. And I can take the washi off. And there is my negative without the negatives. What I want to do now is I want to put little pieces of this in here so that it is the color that is popping through. So I'll probably use like these pieces. And I'm just going to measure how much I need to cut off. so it's exactly 1 inch. So that's easy. I can make 2 little strips. That will be all I need. And I will need to figure out how big they are. Oops. Let's put it like this. Put this over top. And it will just, oh, come on. Not that complicated. I don't know, I think it would be easiest to just keep it in a strip and put it down. So what I have is some packing tape. And I'm going to take this and put it like this on the tape. Then I'm taking the second piece and I'm going to go on here as well. But it does need to line up. There we go. And then I'll just cut that off. And if I'm smart, I'm going to start right here, put it down so that the seam is covered. And then I'm just sticking this all together. Grab my scissors and just cut that off and that off. There. I really like it. I think it is unusual, but it looks really cool. So the edges are attached. Whoops, and I just broke a piece off right there. So I was going to grab my 3-in-1 glue anyway. And what I want to do is just go over the seam right here and put this on there so that it will stay in place. There we go. There, now it's well attached. Just going to rub the opposite side to make sure that everything is staying nicely in place. There we go. So I'm just going to grab a sandwich bag. Okay. So I can stick this right in there. I have this, which can go right here to cover up the bottom. So I'm just going to cut that straight. There. And we'll put go. So I need to cut off about that much. Cutting off that much. I'm just looking at my bag and checking to see how much I need to cut off. I'm not really measuring. I do want to ink around this though. I won't ink around that. That's all plastic now, so that's not inkable. You can sort of see the light shimmering through here and there. I'm going to attach this to there. Actually, you know what? I want to put a little washi behind here first. So I'm just going to go and it just kind of works with what I am envisioning here, because then we put this on top of it and it kind of gets framed by the gold. So now I can put the glue on the edges here, and I may have to clamp this for a bit. Just making sure that it's well attached. It doesn't need to be clamped, it's staying. It is attaching. I will, however, put the clamps on there just so that it doesn't go anywhere. There we go. Now, I do think that I want to put a little washi on these sides as well. And I have the washi from where I stuck the negative to my cutting board. So I'm just using that. Sticking it just under the bag. And sliding it over. There we go. Perfect. And we'll do the same. I don't know if I want to do the same on the other side. I don't think so. I think that would be too much. I think just like this is plenty. Then I have my Viewmaster, and I want this to kind of go like that so it can be a pocket. This is a pocket, and I want this like that. I am not inking around it. I just want to use it exactly how it is right there. There we go. this one can go right there. And I will use the 3-in-1 to glue this down. And you can see this is like a really easy, simple project. I didn't want to make something very, very complicated. I just wanted to make something that was fun, vintage, and a wonderful piece of ephemera for in my jungle journal or my safari journal. Okay, just putting this like that. And then we have the negative, and the negative can go take that off. Put this right there. I'll have to probably cut the top piece off, but that's okay. I do want to stick this down first. And a 3-in-1 glue will hold plastic as long as my glue isn't empty. Okay. Sticking it down. That, and then I can probably cut this piece right here off, like so. I really like it. Oh, you can't see the washi anymore now, so maybe I will put a little washi right here. Just to give it, just to still show that it is all safari. There. And you can see the safari. You can see the washi here and there a little bit. Let's just, I can move this over a little so you can see the washi come through. Now I can close up the pocket here. But I do want to open this up so it can be used as a pocket a little bit better. Okay. So now I have a pocket right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue right inside here so that it will hold down the little flaps from the bag. And that way it doesn't get confusing which part is pocket and which part is not. Okay, there we go. Very, very simple project, but there is a pocket right here. It'll be a belly band, and there's a couple of pockets right here, so it's a multi-pocket little project. Very easy. I think it needs a little bit more. I can put a butterfly on here. let's do the butterfly. I think the butterfly would look beautiful right there. It's already been inked around. I'm going to find some beads that I can put on the center. And I am just going to put glue right here in the center piece and just on the start of the wings. Right there, and that way the wings are kind of free falling, which is great, but as soon as it goes into a jungle, as soon as it goes into a journal, it doesn't matter. It is going to flatten out anyway. I need some beads. I have these earrings, and I think this might be a beautiful piece for the butterfly. I think so. So I have those, and I just need some 3-in-1. And then I can lay this right here as the body. Of the butterfly. Okay, that can just dry for a bit, but there we go. I think she's lovely, and I just really like how that turned out. It was kind of a surprise kind of thing. So I have the little pocket right here, and I can stick some of these pieces in here. There they are. I knew they were right here, just couldn't see them. So I can kind of stick these in here like that, and there we go. So that's all she wrote for today. Very simple, very fun. I hope you're going to try something like this. I know there's all kinds of dies available for the Viewmaster ring slides, and you know, negatives are, I'm sure everybody has some negatives somewhere, and you sure have a sandwich bag. So give it a shot, see what you can make, and I would love to see what you come up with. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because there's a couple of projects that I have in mind for this week that I'm sure you're going to like as well. So if you hit the subscribe button and you hit the bell, then you'll get a notification that the next video is going to be released. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.